Hello everyone, welcome to another Rick's Picks. Today I'm going to be doing my review of the new Bluey game for the Nintendo Switch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a look at different aspects of the game, things like gameplay, plot, characters, and what have you. And then I'm going to give you my thoughts on it. And I'm going to try to keep this as spoiler free as possible for any of you who want to play the game. I don't ruin the game for you. So just remember, if you do like this video, go ahead and hit that thumbs up, share, and subscribe. They're easy clicks for you, but it'll really help this channel grow. So without any further ado, let's get to the review. So now we're going to talk about the plot. The plot is pretty simple. Bluey finds a part of a map that Bandit and his brothers made when they were kids. So now she's going to go searching for the pieces of the map, and adventure ensues from there. So it very much keeps to the cartoon, okay? Everything with the plot is surrounded by the cartoon. So the intros from it, the gameplay is a lot about it. So, the plot is very simple, but it works for the type of game it is. So let's talk about the characters. Now you get 4 playable characters, okay? You get the Healer family, which is, of course, Bluey, Bingo, Bandit, and Chili. They're all the playable characters. You can either play 1 player or 4 players. And then you run into other characters from the show throughout the game, such as Rad, Stripe, Muffin, and so on. Okay, so let's talk about gameplay. First off, the controls. The controls are very simple. Mainly you're grabbing stuff, you're kicking things. The control is a little bit hard to grab stuff. Sometimes you have to hit the button a couple of times before they grab it or let it go. And sometimes if things are a little too close, it becomes a little bit of pain, but it's not a major thing. You kind of work through it as you play. Also, the kids can jump onto the parents and, they can ride around on the parents, which is kind of fun. So that's a neat little interesting thing. There's little things that you could do, like you could slide down slides or the railing in the house. So those are also neat things. But the majority of what you're going to be doing is collecting things, okay? First off, each board has its own set of things that you have to collect. There's 4 items. So there's the leaf bug, there's the pavlova, there's Bandit's newspaper, and Chili's hockey stick. So those are your 4 main items, and when you collect all of each of these items, you remove a piece of the pitcher. So you get another piece of the pitcher that's in the game. And then there's also a lot of side things you can collect, which they call stickers. And with each one of the stickers you get, like you either have toys or balls or plants. And each sticker you get a little goofy outfit, so you'll get like a hat, maybe wings, or just fun little things that you could put on your figures or what have you. So that's a lot of the gameplay. Also with the plants, the kind of cool thing is you can to get the plants you have to water them first, and then they grow, and then you can collect them. So that's most of your gameplay for this game. So now, one of the best things about this game is the immersion. You really get immersed in the Bluey world, okay? I mean, it starts out with your standard Bluey theme. In between each chapters, you have the cut that you would have in the cartoon. So, like, before each episode starts, you get a blue screen, a picture of something, and then the title for the episode. So they do that with each section of the game, which is really nice. The graphics are pretty much spot on to the cartoon. The storyline follows the cartoon. It feels like the cartoon. So you really feel like you're in the Bluey game, or TV show in this case, which is really nice. The boards, the mapping for the boards is very much, in tune with the cartoon. Like when you're going through the Healer house, you really feel like you're going through the Healer house. You're going to see all the things that you have seen in all the episodes, the kitchen, the bathrooms, the bedrooms, everything that was in the cartoon is also in this house. So I think they did a really nice job as capturing the feel of the actual cartoon. And even when you go to other boards, like you go to the beach, you can go to the park, it all feels part of that world. They really put a lot of work in making this feel like a Bluey game or cartoon. All right, so let's get into the problem with the game, the glitches. Most of it, when I was playing it with my son, feels like it's more for the multiplayers, because sometimes what happens is if you got two players there, sometimes one player won't work right, or they'll just start jumping randomly or stuff like that. Also, there was a couple of visual glitches, like in one cutscene, there was Stripe and Muffin, and it had duplicates of them instead of, the one. And so that's most of the major glitches in the game that I have seen, and those, I feel like any of those can be taken out with a patch. I'm sure if they, do a software patch or something, they'll probably fix a lot of that. Now, the one thing that I do feel is a problem, and it's not so much a glitch, it's just how the game is designed, is when you're doing multiplayer, the screen will only follow player one. So wherever player one goes, the screen will follow. So if you got like, two players out there and player one runs this way and player two runs this way, player two will go off screen and, this camera will still follow player one. I don't like that. I've seen other games where they do, multiplayer, and what happens is when they split to a certain distance, it becomes a split screen. So you can still follow each of the characters. So, that's probably my biggest pet peeve with the game, is that multiplayer screen. I wish they would just be able to do it to a split screen and then come together. I think that'd be, a lot better and make it a lot more fun, because a lot of times now you're trying to track and stay with player number one, and it's hard to see certain things when you're doing certain things. Like if you're playing Floor's Lava, because they got a bunch of mini games in it too, like Floor's Lava, Keepy Uppy, and what have you. You have to bounce off of one thing to another. So if you're in the park, you might have to go from like the carousel to the slide to a bench, and it's hard to track that when the screen's only following the one character. So those are probably the two biggest flaws of the game. So overall, I think it's a really good game for kids. If you're a gamer, you'll probably blow through this game in a couple hours, because the gameplay is simple, the plot is simple. You'll just blow through it. But if you're somebody looking to have fun with the game, you're interested in the Bluey world and you want to explore and enjoy things, it's a lot more fun then. Like I said, this game is made for kids. You could definitely tell it's a children's game, and young kids who really like Bluey and stuff, I think, will have a lot of fun playing this game. Just exploring, running around, doing the silly things that the Bluey characters do and what have you. So it's definitely a worth game. And like I said, I feel like a lot of the glitches in it could probably be easily worked out by the company to, put a patch on or something. I think probably why these glitches are in there is because they were probably trying to rush to get this game out before Christmas, which makes sense. A lot of companies do that. So, that's stuff that can be fixed. The only thing that probably can't be fixed is the split screen, like I spoke about earlier. So overall, I think it would be a good game to get for your kids. I think they'll have a lot of fun with it and what have you. So with all that being said, I hope you guys did like this review. If you did, go ahead and hit that thumbs up, share, and subscribe. They're small clicks for you, but it really helps the channel grow. So until the next one, late.